Welcome to Tell You Later, the show where you learn so little about so much and vice versa. Sincere thanks to all those who support us on Patreon. See the full list at the end of the show.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to their channel.
Hey, Tommy, get over here. What do you want, Gruffy? I think you read the map wrong. I think we're on the wrong show. Well, I don't know. I always like the show myself. It's hosted by some great people.
Hey, I'm Snowman, and when I'm not doing impressions, I'm watching Tell You Later.
We haven't got a title song for this show, so we're singing this thing instead.
Okay.
It's really just a substitute. Nonetheless, the melody may stay in your head.
Oh, I hope so.
'Cause it's a tune.
It's a tune.
You'll love to croon.
You'll love to croon.
But there's one thing you should know. We have to confess we do not possess a title song for this show.
Ain't it peculiar?
Believe it or not, we haven't got a title song for this show.
Oops. What was it like dealing with me? It's like asking your mom, what was I like when I was 3?
I didn't know you when you were 3.
No, I know,
so
and you're
I'm
not my
entirely
mother
sure
either.
what you were
But
saying,
my point is,
no,
can you remember that far back? Because
no, I can.
like
No, I do remember, and I remember various times.
4 years ago.
I remember times when you would come in and you would challenge a script, and not usually a script. I don't remember you ever coming in and like dismissing the whole script.
Oh,
it was
no,
usually
a scene,
lines
a
or
line
scenes or something
that didn't make sense,
that either
right?
didn't ring true for you, or you didn't quite understand why would you do that or whatever. And I remember vividly, we did actually have that in an episode with you and Penny, where you were upset because there's a scene where Penny joins this kind of club kind of thing. Anyway, and it was about being positive. And but what happened in it is there was a moment when what I wanted was the sense of Penny trying to assert herself and show that she was not Connie's, just a shadow of Connie, that she wanted to assert herself in this conflict. And so she, in a sense, kind of in this meeting or in this situation, kind of threw Connie under the bus. And not in a bad way, but it was like she publicly disagreed with Connie and sort of asserted, like, I'm my own person and you're wrong on this. That was the idea I was after. But I do remember in the studio, you were upset because you were going like, oh, Penny would never do that to Connie. Connie wouldn't do, and you got really indignant about the fact that I had Penny doing this with your character. But for me, it made perfect sense. But I remember we had to spend time in the studio.
What did Kimmy say about it?
Oh, she was fine. She really wanted to assert her independence. She still does. I mean, she's really. She wants out under your shadow.
People may not. She's way out. She married Wooten. She's got her own life. Yeah. She's got her art career. But I want to publicly say thank you for bringing Kimmy on the show.
I love Kimmy. Yes.
And tell how that happened.
Well, Kimmy was in a show called Twin Peaks, which I was a big fan of, especially like its first season, but before it unraveled as a show. But that's a different point. And when I was writing The Green Ring, where I introduced a bunch of new characters, and it was doing all this, it was one of those long sequences
that I tend to write. Do you know what number episode that was?
No, but it's the album, The Green Ring Conspiracy.
I know. I just wonder.
I don't know. Album 50.
You don't know. So you don't have no idea.
I don't know.
Okay.
But
yeah.
So I had this idea for Penny, for the character, and I knew in my head everything about it was,
isn't that a
this is
James Bond name, like Pennywise? Doesn't it sound like one of James Bond's girlfriends?
Well, it almost does, because Ian Fleming did that. But actually, if you remember, and I know you won't,
I might.
A lot of the names in Green Ring, because the whole thing was about counterfeit money.
Yes.
So you had Penny, Buck. You had Mr. Skint, which is an English expression for someone who has no money.
I didn't.
So a bunch of the names are connected to money. So
You heard it here first,
Penny
maybe.
was that. So Penny.
Wow.
So Penny came from that. But anyway, Kimmy was the one that
If she's a penny wise, who's a pound foolish?
we haven't introduced that character yet, but he's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Pound.
Mr.
will
Pound.
show up.
That's a
eventually.
money. That's a money.
Yeah.
Pound.
Yeah.
Could have had pound.
Mr. Sterling. We could do Sterling.
You could do. Yeah. Okay, if you have suggestions for names for
Send them to her.
just put them in the comments below, and I'll pass it on to Paul.
Right.
Okay, so you watched Twin.
But I'm not writing the show right
I know
now,
you
so it's
aren't,
not
but
gonna
I'll
help.
just share it with you because you're my friend.
Okay, you could do that. But share it with the rest of them.
Well, that'll be in the comments. Everybody can see it if you
follow the gang. Let them
try to
let them
get
figure it
people to
out.
watch it. Oh my goodness. Oh,
What?
I can't remember. But
That has to be the most disappointing lead up.
It has to do
I thought
with
you were going to lead up
our
to.
theme song.
I think better of actually saying that out loud. I shouldn't say
I
it.
know.
I'm not going to speak.
Okay.
I don't
I
remember.
don't know. I don't know if Crewwood's going to cut
We're not
this out
dealing with
or
ADD.
not.
We're dealing with senility.
You know, that's
another
that's,
A word. It's Alzheimer's.
I'm worried about that, frankly, because I keep forgetting more things. But
about what?
things, stuff. Anyway, what is my point? Kimmy got on the show. You're watching Twin Peaks, and you liked her.
Yeah, no. I just when Penny came along, I said Kimmy it's for her.
So did
I
you
was
create
writing it
Penny
for her.
first, or you said I have this idea for a character, and I think I'm going to pattern it after Lucy in Twin Peaks?
Well, no, it's not based on Lucy.
Right. So how did you
No.
know it was for Kimmy?
It's based on Kimmy because I could hear her voice. I knew her voice, and I knew the way she kind of came at things as an actress.
Okay.
And so as I was doing Green Ring, and I was going with this idea of this character and thinking of a new friend for Connie, somebody that Connie would meet and connect through the art
But
class.
she was supposed to be a bad guy.
Well, she was. I mean, I started that way with, an unintentional bad guy. The idea was I had written 6 episodes of the 12. And I wrote the 6 and we recorded them. And I hadn't done any reveal yet. I hadn't written the episodes about what became of her. But this is how it often works with writers. It's like there have been shows where they had plans for a character, like even cutting a character, but the character was so popular they said,
Can't do it.
okay, we got to keep this character. Well, watching Kimmy, because thank God we got her and she agreed to do the show because I didn't know what I was going to do if she said no. But watching the dynamic with her in those 6 episodes and the interaction with the two of you and how she interacted with everybody and how she embodied the character, I thought, well, I can't put her in a position where, we're going to get the end. She's going to go to prison or she has to leave the show.
That wouldn't be nice.
So I've got to figure out how to do this so that we can keep her. And then, of course, the idea is rather than just have yet another character around in the cast of thousands we have, what's the plan for her? And then begin to think, so
Do you
what
have to
becomes
justify
of her?
that when you go to the producers? Like if you have it to say, I need to keep this character, but you have to think like 3 years down the line, so they'll say, okay, we'll have this
whether we do
character.
or we don't, we should. I mean, I think the show very often, because we were winging it a lot of the time.
Oh, don't
we would
say that.
We'd be
What?
introducing ideas and then suddenly think, well, this isn't going to go as far as we hoped that it would, and then we kind of pull back again, or certain characters would just sort of fade away
Is it
and
like
disappear.
dating?
I
Except
don't know.
you
I never
created
dated like
the
that.
characters.
What, create a girlfriend and then have her fade away?
Well, we create.
saying?
I'm saying
What kind of
that
dating
you
life
go
did you
out with
have?
people if you don't. I didn't. I just get
You never
married.
dated? You had arranged
I
marriages?
just get married.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But if you, what was I saying? Oh, so if you create them, like we know you date, and you figure, oh, this isn't working out, this isn't going anywhere. So you create characters, and it's a kind
Well, you know
of
the
same
example I
thing.
use?
No,
the example
don't.
I use is Charles Schultz in Peanuts.
Yeah.
There was a period where he had Snoopy be a helicopter. Inexplicably, this dog's ears would spin. And so there was a sequence, and I remember reading Burke Breathed with Bloom County. All the cartoonists would talk about it because Odyssey is kind of like that. You have a show that is going up to 900 episodes, and you're dealing with.
We haven't had a dog with spinning ears yet.
Yeah, but the point is, Charles Schulz introduced this, and then it faded away. Because I think he started it like cartoonists might. They start with an idea, and because they're filling out these panels every day, and then the color on Sunday, they have to experiment. They have to think, but your learning curve is in front of everybody. Our learning curve
you're under
is
the
in
gun
front of
to produce,
everybody.
right?
My writing life is in front of everybody, for better or for worse.
We were pretty, I think about it, starting a show like this, creating a show as writers, and I think I've said this before, in private at least, 28 years old. That's not that old to create something so...
Well, I'll tell you what's very strange.
Well, the Beatles were younger.
Well, they were younger, but what's strange is, and Phil and I have talked about this, so, I mean, Phil
Lawler.
Phil Lawler had been
Phil
married.
Lawler,
Phil Lawler.
by the way.
It's one of those hot dogs that you buy at when you go to
Phil Lawler.
Phil Lawler
is Phil Lawler and
it's
hummus.
in a hot dog when you go.
Phil Lawler and hummus. Yeah.
So no, Phil. We've talked about that a lot of the episodes I wrote about family life and about kids long before I ever had kids. I was writing about a lot of things because I mentioned earlier. I started at Focus in January, got married in February of 1988.
You didn't know what you were
episodes,
talking about.
I was a newlywed. And so a lot of the episodes were written from experience and from observation, but not from personal experience.
From your own being
in
a
that
kid,
respect.
right?
Yeah. So explain the bell to me.
bell?
I was hitting it inappropriately last time.
Well, no, there really is no. It's whatever you feel like.
Really?
If you feel like it needs a. Well, I forget how we started this. I think it was. Well, okay, you want to know the truth?
But I've heard from another
Do you wanna
guest
hear the
that it is discordant. It's not a good bell.
Right. Well, we had two of them.
Where's
so
the
I
other
took one away so you couldn't compare them anymore
Is it
because
around
one
here
was getting
anymore?
a complex. Yeah, it's in the popcorn machine.
Does this make
No,
sense?
that's habanero. That goes up your nose. You will go
Why
crazy.
would I put it up my nose?
Well, it just flies in
It's
the
a
air.
herb seasoning
If you-
grinder. Why would you put this
There's
up your nose?
habanero peppers in there.
Okay, I get that, but
You don't put it up your nose. It just
Well,
floats
then why
in
did
your
you even
nose.
say that?
Who told you to touch this?
you've just suggested
Crew
to your
one,
audience
take
something.
this
A
away.
disclaimer: kids, don't try that at home.
No,
don't take
no,
your pepper
it's-
grinder and shove it up your
You've
nose.
seen cartoons where people have pepper and they smell it. Well,
they sneeze.
If you
And they
a flake
sneeze.
of that, it could.
Does what? Will it clean out my sinuses
It will.
until
I mean, if you
next spring?
want to, you can. If you want to, you can.
Is that something we should actually try on camera? Like people who try really hot peppers?
You want to?
You've seen those videos?
Do you
no,
like hot
no,
stuff?
No, my nasal passages are already destroyed.
You want? Hey, hot stuff. That's when we use the bell. Okay.
When? I don't
It's
even
like,
get the
ba-dum-bum.
connection.
Okay.
Oh, it's the drum, rim shot.
I will tell you the truth.
Okay.
Will used to go to the store and bring over all kinds of things he thought we could use on the show. So
Was I
bells
supposed to bring something?
was no.
Should I brought something?
No. It's
Hang on,
funny.
let me
One
see
of
what I
our
have.
guests thought he needed to bring
Hold on.
popcorn. That it was a
I have my
requisite.
phone. I have a fountain pen.
No, it's okay. It's
I
all
have
right.
I have my wallet.
But that's where that
key to my
came from.
hotel
He
room.
would. We have other props we never got to.
I've got my switchblade
Wow.
rental car thingy.
Oh yeah, that's hectic. That's to protect yourself in the
I guess it
parking
is,
lot,
though
think.
I don't think it's effective. It's not like it's pointy or anything. I could just like show it to somebody as a threatening way.
So
I can't see them cowering, by my flashing a Toyota.
So let
key
me
at
ask
them.
you this. I'm going to ask you. I have some more questions.
Oh,
though.
okay.
The
I'll
real
wait right here.
inquiring minds want to know.
Okay.
So I'm gonna segue in a second. I am. Get ready. Okay. So yeah,
What?
you can segue. You can segue. You're allowed to
All
do
right.
that.
Go
So
ahead.
I'm really glad that Penny came on. When you were writing the early shows with like Jimmy Barkley,
Yes.
he was really little. He was really cute, and he kept growing up. Is there a point when you say, these kids don't, or do they just move away?
Here's the secret about
Okay.
Odyssey, okay, which everybody knows it's an open thing, but I'll just explain it anyway, because last time we were talking about cartoon strips.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing. So Odyssey, because there are little things about Odyssey that if you listen from episode 1 and you
Does
go
this
through,
look like Snoopy spinning ears?
you're so ADD.
Just thinking that
You are
might be.
ADD.
Is that what it
Did
was?
you get slapped a lot when you were a kid? Don't answer that question. That would be cruel.
Is my
So,
hair sticking out?
Anyway, so you're telling me that what I'm saying is really boring. I thought
No,
it was interesting.
it isn't.
And you're saying it's boring.
No, it's very interesting.
No, if you were interested,
I'm
you
just
wouldn't.
hot.
You just.
I'm sorry. I'm
So
getting a little
what I'm trying to
tired
tell
here.
you
Yes.
is, the show it kept shifting and changing. Like if you listen to the early episodes, the idea.
Oh yeah, you were talking about raising kids. That's it. Where you were writing about
That's not
kids.
what I'm talking
no,
about
but
now.
my question was going to be: you were just basing it on your own life as a child, probably.
Well,
right?
a lot of it, yeah, without all the dysfunction.
I just
But what I'm
wanted to
telling
wrap
you is
that
that
up.
no, but I'm saying that Odyssey. So Connie and Jimmy Barkley are cases in point. So here you had a show with a character, Connie, who,
That's
if you're
who
following
I play.
chronology, seemed to be in high school for 17 years, 18 years, whatever it was, before you graduated.
That's true.
And while you're going through that, you've got all these kids, the little kids whose voices changed,
You get bigger.
that suddenly they seem to be maturing at a speed that you weren't. Now, I had an answer for that because it was incongruous that we had a certain static reality, which was characters
Wait,
who...
did you say incongruous or incongruous?
Incongruous, and yeah,
You skipped a syllable.
sort of a very African
I think
kind
you
of thing.
skipped a syllable.
Incongruous, So incongruous is something when they legislate about these,
Right.
which they did, by the way. There was a petition about Connie actually graduating from high school.
No fooling.
Yeah, it was during
I
the Clinton
totally
era.
missed
But
that.
anyway, what I was trying to
He
say.
came to my kid's school, by the way.
Yeah, I'll bet. Sorry. Cut that.
Oh, you broke
the
the bell.
Oh, there we go. It's back again. Okay, so what I was trying to say
Yes.
is that, yes, it is true that if kids' voices changed, we realized that we were heading into adolescent stories, which the show wasn't meant to be about. But it was weird because then you had Connie and you had Bart Rathbone and Rodney. They sort of never changed no matter what happened. They always, much like Peanuts and other comic strips, the characters never really changed. They're not serializations. But our show had to become that after a while because it just raises awkward questions when Donna Barkley's graduating from high school ahead of Connie. Now, my explanation,
Whoa, did that happen?
the big explanation, was ultimately going to be that Connie was an android. And the reason why she always seemed to be kind of the same and the same age for years and years and years was because Whit had actually invented her in the shop.
Was that ever something you actually thought of?
Oh, I thought about it all the time.
I mean, did you present that idea?
No, they would have
Wow,
laughed me out of the room.
That's pretty cool.
I might have suggested it to somebody, but then
So,
I said, not a chance.
I want to say that one of the things I really like
You guys
about
could still do it, though. It's not too late. The big reveal could happen.
Paul loves music.
True.
Here, let's talk about. You have a music collection. You had a music
all my-
collection.
You mean
Right.
like all my Beatles stuff? And,
Yeah, but you had a lot of music, right?
And I still do.
Yeah,
I
and
listen to a
movies,
wide
and you
variety
collect-
and a lot of movies. And I still actually buy movies on disc because my theory is that when the zombie apocalypse happens, that all of the streaming services will shut down.
That's
And then people will be clamoring at my door, and I'm going to have to shoot them in the head, not because they're zombies, but because they're trying to get to my library.
no. Maybe you
That's
can
what I
make a
think.
lot of money. But they'll have to have
What, from
players.
zombies?
No, they'll have to have disc players. See, I couldn't.
I
even,
have disc
I couldn't
players.
Even, no, but if I
still have Laserdisc
Okay, let's
players.
just say, and you know what? It doesn't have to be the zombie apocalypse.
Why not?
Tomorrow, our internet could be cut off, and there could be no
Yeah, that's
streaming
true.
with
Actually,
what's going on.
That's with things going on, cyber attacks.
There are
That's true.
things that could happen. So, if that does happen,
You won't be watching
you can
this.
just go to Paul's house and
No.
get some discs.
No, because
and
I'll
watch-
have to shoot you in the head when you come to the front door.
But they would have to have a player. That's the thing. So just in case the internet goes out, you should get a
hang on,
player.
you're leading them astray because you're suggesting if they walk up to my door with a player that I'm going to let them ransack my movies.
You can rent it. You can make money.
No, what? I become a big red box?
Yeah. Why
big
not?
blockbuster.
Well,
as
what
it
else
was.
are you going to do if
Wear,
the internet
like, blue
goes
and
out?
green-
You're going
yellow
to
all the
write
time
on
and-
paper with a pencil like in the old days?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do now.
Do you?
Well, I'm a writer.
So, I will say this. When you moved to England, and we missed you very much. What? You're going to make me have to go to...
England twice. I moved to England twice. But
I know.
how are they supposed to know that? How are they supposed to know any of this? There's context here. We have to establish context. Nobody knows that I moved to England twice.
Well, you just told them.
Well, now they know, but they...
Well,
anyway,
I was
what was your
getting to
question?
that. So you left Focus basically twice. You kept quitting and leaving, but
Yeah, but I always stayed freelance, so I was still connected. I just wasn't on staff.
anyway, you left. He left. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right
true.
now.
I left.
He left. He moved to England to
Yes.
do.
To write
do
over
what?
there. To write. My wife is English. I love England. I loved living in England.
You
so
wanted
we went
a
over there.
child with
And then I
dual
was freelance.
citizenship. Is that what?
Yeah, actually, I'm the only one in the house that doesn't. My wife has dual. My son, who was born in England, but grew up here. But my daughter was born here, but daughter of an English subject. So she has.
So he didn't. even
Everybody
have
has
to-
dual
So
citizenship.
does he have like? Does your son Tommy have like dual citizenship?
That would be 4 citizenships, and I don't know what that means.
Well, maybe he does because
he
he would
does,
have
I
had it
know.
anyway. He didn't have to
So
be
he talks
born
to
there.
people
to
all
have-
over the world with games that he plays. So he's got
Yes.
friends in
Okay, so,
Ukraine and Russia. He
Adam
is
did that
everywhere.
too. So we were talking about real smart people.
Adam, not in the Bible, but
Adam, my son Adam, who played
Adam.
Cal, and this is what I wanted to ask you.
Played a cow.
He played Cal on the Novacom series,
Cow, that's right.
which you had something to do with.
Yeah, I had a little bit to do with it.
So you wrote so I'm going to ask you this because I asked Adam. My son is really helpful to me when it comes to my website. I just want to shout out, thank you, Adam, because he knows a lot of things. I mean, he helped Will with his first computer. He helped. Yeah, he's done a lot of nice things that were helpful. I appreciate that. So I was talking to him yesterday, and I said, Adam, when you were on Novacom, because Adam played until I guess his voice changed, but actually he got blown up. I said, "What happened to your character? Why did he got
Did we blow
blown
him
off
up?
a tower?"
Oh, yeah, but he didn't die.
And that's what I said. You didn't die, and I thought he maybe broke his leg, but then he never came back on
He
the
just
show.
sort of faded away.
Why?
Like sometimes like
Was it
happens
'cause
when
his
voices
voice
change and
changing?
stuff.
That's what I
Well, we just
thought.
got bored with the character.
Yeah, well, he did a good job until
No,
he
he
got
was
blown
good.
up.
No, he was good.
He was okay.
He was good, but we had to send him up the tower to give a plausible explanation for making him go
But that
away.
was really scary to.
Well, Novacom had
blow
its
him
moments.
up.
I mean, we've had people who, even on the team, who had problems with
So,
some of what we did.
what I wanna
the whole
say-
thing of Mitch, one of the characters in Thing, where he seemed to die.
Yeah, that was
You
a
know,
little rough.
that was a big deal.
That was emotional.
And people. So we had several moments in that where we kind of went up to the edge.
We did.
But with Odyssey, even when we get up to the edge, we pull back. We come back and remind people that we haven't forgotten what
Well,
the
I
show
want
really
to talk
is.
about your musical taste.
Oh, yeah.
Because back in the day, we had cassettes.
I thought we were talking about me moving to England.
and CD. Yeah, we are. This is leading
Oh, it's
up
connected.
to that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
So
I think I
you
know.
were
I
living in
know where
England.
you're going now.
And I missed you. We were good for. Oh man, I drank all my water.
Here, you can have mine.
No
Well,
wonder I have to go to the
You just did.
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. Anyway, we'll have to come back. Anyway, okay.
Did you want to know that?
So
I didn't
when
want to know
Paul moved, it was really there goes woo earthquake. Just kidding. Crew of one just bumped the camera. When you
We can
moved,
do that
when you
even
moved
when the
away, it
camera's
was
not
really
moving.
hard for me that you left.
Oh, well, that's
because I really counted on you and Phil to be our main writers.
But
And
I kept writing
when
for the
new
show.
writers. Yeah, but you weren't there.
Okay.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. So I remember I heard a song because I knew that I heard a radio program and there was a song, Perfect Day.
Yeah.
Perfect
It was
Day.
the BBC. This was 1999. They did this video of the song written by Lou Reed called Perfect Day,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in it. But what they did was they intercut all of these. Sorry,
Power
did someone just
surge.
get electrocuted?
Not
or
yet.
was I having a stroke?
Not yet. Just wait.
So,
I'll tell you later.
so Perfect Day. So Elton John was in it, Leon Russell. They had all of these people. David Bowie was in it. They're all singing, and we loved this. And I remember you heard it.
So this is what I wanted to say, because we were all like kind of the same mindset. We got this group of cast together, and we were all about the same age, blah, blah, blah. And then I heard this song, and I knew that it was produced by the BBC.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there must have been email back then, 99?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we had means of communication,
Something.
fax machines.
I don't know. And I thought
bongo
I
drums or
couldn't
whatever.
find the song anywhere in the United States, but I had heard it on the radio, and I really liked that song. I was a fan of Lou Reed's, and the song was just so cool the way they put it together. I thought, well, Paul's in England. I wonder if he could get me a copy. So I wrote to him, and I said, can you find me this song?
To enjoy the full episode, please support us at patreon.com/tellyolater.
Thanks, Elise. Hire
he
all
would-
my friends.
See, yes, he had all these people. And by the way, great people. It's like, did you know so-and-so from... Oh, he was in
He knew all
the
these old
1956
actors.
version of
Yeah.
some movie about a car. Oh,
would
you
be
really
so
ought to bring
great
him in. He'd be
as you.
perfect. It is like, as what?
Tell you later!
Tell You Later is a Patreon-driven entertainment show. So what are you waiting for? Come on over. Join us at patreon.com/Tell You Later.
Say, Will, there are words to that tune? Sure enough are, Westy, and they go like this. My horse likes accordion music. That's his kind of stuff. Yes, my horse likes accordion music. He just can't get enough. So if you don't like accordion music, I'll sympathize with you. But my horse likes accordion music, so I do too.
Hello! Don't be scared, it's just me! Hi! And it's the end of the month, it's April, and it's time to do our Scrubulator drawing. So every single person has their name in, as you know, in the popcorn bucket who has not won yet, okay? So I'm just going to mix it up, and then I'm going to call the crew of one. So you don't think I'm cheating, just to stick his hand in here and pull out a name. Crew of one! Come, stick your hand in here. Do not look. Where's your hand? Stick. Oh, there it is. Ah! Okay. Pick somebody, crew of one. Don't look. Let's see who it is. Who's gonna win the Scrubulator this month? All right, just pick one. Thank you. Let's see who it is. It is... Mrs. Katie is not wearing her glasses. Can you read this, crew? Where are my glasses? It's... Good grief, it's so tiny. Oh, thank you. Okay. Ooh, suspense is building, isn't it? Okay, here we go. It is... Michael and Olive! Win a Scrubulator! Thank you. Michael and Olive are our Oddissimo level patrons who've been with us for such a long time, and we love them so much. Olive, of course, is about 6 years old as of today, and who knows how old Michael is. He's her dad. But congratulations! This Scrubulator is coming to you as soon as I sew a tag in it. Okay, bye!